Alright, welcome back. We're going to be ranking shoving fruit up our ass. We have 5 different tiers. We have ooh shit, belly slapping good time, of course B tier. We have butt, so pretty mid, and then pro abstain. We're going to be judging these fruit on 2 different tiers. How well it can fit, and how good it how good it feels. Right below we have our assorted fruits that I've searched far and wide for. First off, we're going to start with the apple. I think the apple is a good baseline. I will say it is a little too hard to be a good belly slap in time, but I think it's a nice B tier. It's the basic. This is what every other fruit is going to have to match up with. The banana was meant for someone's anus. It was just built. It was grown over the history of its banana century, of the banana. It was meant to be shoved up someone's ass. I think truly is a belly slap in good time. Same thing with the orange. I think it is also a pretty good time. It's not as hard as the apple itself, so it'll be able to fit up there pretty, and it's also circular as well. So I think it'll be a good time as well. The pear itself, as a fruit, has only one purpose in life, and that's to be shoved up your ass. I think just look at the shape of a pear. Genuinely, I think this is the only reason why it was ever grown into mass production is because it can be shoved up your ass. Yeah, it's a little hard, but I think the exterior of a pear is soft enough where I think genuinely belongs in the ooh shit. The papaya also is one of the most generational fruits to be putting up there. I mean, just the general shape, the consistency, the softness and hardness ratio. This is a definite S tier fruit right here. It was grown, same thing with the pear, just to be shoved up someone's anus. I think that is the only reason why it should be grown for future reference. When it comes to watermelons, any size, any variety, is just a prolapse anus waiting to happen. Listen, unless you're shoving Moby Hughes up your butt, I don't think any watermelons are going to be fitting up there anytime soon. Plus, it's just hard. It's just too hard to be shoving anything up there, so I think genuinely you're getting a prolapse anus rating. When it comes to lemons I think are in a solid belly slapping good time. I think, if anything, they're above the oranges. I say it right here, lemons are above the oranges. Listen, I think the only problem with lemons, why it doesn't belong in S tier or in ooh shit, is because if it accidentally leaks, now you got lemon up your ass, it's burning, it's a whole thing, right? And I don't think we all want to deal with that when we all put lemons up our ass. Same thing with the limes. It's gonna burn if it bursts on accident. But I think the experimentation that you can get with this is insane. But I think it has to belong in B tier above the apple. Above the apple, just because of its overall shape. Yes, it is soft like the lemon, but it's less like this. It's just more circular. So I don't think, if anything, you can try to do anal beads with the limes. But once again, granting experimental range. Strawberries. I think strawberries are a solid butt tier. I think it's just the overall size. The shape is a great shape. The ridginess on the outside is also what's getting to me as well. So I think you'd have to shove a good 3 or 4 strawberries before you can actually feel good about it within your anal cavity. But I think genuinely this is a good solid butt tier. Good marker for every other fruit. Pineapples. I think pineapples are a prolapse anus. I think they're just too large and too spiky. I know there are out there some critics out there who've been shoving pineapples up their butt for the last 3 years, ever since the method was found out, would disagree with me and say it's a belly slapping good time. But I think genuinely trying to shove a pineapple up your butt, now I'm talking full pineapple with the green stem, is just impossible. That, or you're gonna have severe anal damage. Dragon fruit. I think you're a solid butt tier. I think the overall shape is what helps. Yeah, the texture itself is kind of butt itself, but I think it's possible. And mind you, with all these fruits, we are not cutting them up. We're shoving the whole fruit up our butt. So I think genuinely this would be a harder time. I wouldn't say prolapse anus. I think it is possible, especially how the dragon fruit leaves curl. I think if you shove it in a certain direction, it might work probably. This we only have to discuss. This is a solid prolapse anus. The spikes itself, when it comes to the variant, is absolute butt. You're actually gonna shred your entire being, not just your ass. Your entire body will be shredded. Plus you stink. If you've ever opened up a durian fruit, for the love of God, it's like going inside the gas chamber. Genuinely. When it comes to mangoes. Mangoes, I think, are a solid B tier. Okay, y'all can actually no, I think a bit low belly slapping good time. My only hit on the mangoes itself is that if you add tahini, then we're talking oh shit levels. If you add tahini to the outside of the mango and then put up your butt, I think that's a good time. But I think for now, it's a belly slapping good time. The mango's just limited by its overall flavor as well. Without the tahini, it's just here. It's just here. I think I'll put it above the orange. Plus, it's just a little too firm. You know what I'm saying? Unlike the orange, so anything. Let me put it back in. Yeah, this is the perfect rating right here for the mango. The mango itself is just a little too firm. Alright, when it comes to grapes, there's two thoughts, two cults of opinions. Some people put the whole grapevine up their butt, and for me, that's too experimental. I think at that point you might lose some and it might get stuck up there, and next thing you know, your whole butt is just clogged up. And it's on this, when I'm talking grapes, I'm talking singular, I guess, avoiding the whole grapevine. One singular grape is just not gonna do it. Like once again, same thing with the strawberries. Instead of 4 strawberries, you might have to put like 5 to 6 grapes, and at that point, it's just butt. It's just butt. Kiwis, I think, are a ooh shit. Now hear me out. I think this is just more of a personal preference. It's the overall shape, the firmness. It's not too squishy. It's not gonna feel too crazy. Plus, it's a little hairy, so I think that adds a lot of detail to the overall experience as well. I think kiwis are an ooh shit in my book. Y'all can hate me on that. Anthalopes, I think are a prolapse anus. I think it just speaks for itself. Just look at that. Yeah, I don't have to say anything else about that. Peaches, I think that's a solid B tier. I think the thing with peaches itself is, once again, is the overall firmness and just the size as well. I would say peaches are a better apple when it comes to shoving them up your ass. I think genuinely you'd have a better time with a peach than an apple. but not too much of their time compared to a lime. So it's perfectly right where it should be. Grapefruits. I think end of butt, nearing like right here. It'll be like right here. Let me fix that. So I think it'll be right there. Grapefruits themselves will be right here. Like I think genuinely, if a grapefruit was just like 2% too firm, it's prolapsed anus. But I think you can. I think there's someone out there in this world that can fit a grapefruit up their butt and have a good time still. So that's why it's in the butt tier. When it comes to blueberries, once again, I think it's just an overall butt. If anything, it's right here. Yeah, it's worse than I would say it's worse than grapes because at least grapes have some structure to them. You know, they're not gonna absolutely implode in your butt. Blueberries, on the other hand, you're just making a whole blueberry like slurry, and it's a whole mess. Have you tried cleaning blueberries off your couch or off the carpet? Not it. It's not it. So blueberries firmly in the butt tier. Cherries, on the other hand, I think are a low B tier. I think genuinely just the idea of a cherry itself, people might say I'm crazy putting it in B tier and not butt tier, but I think cherries themselves can hold up and withstand. Definitely not apple level, but it's like it can hold itself. You know, it's not gonna fall under pressure on your anal cavity. Star fruit, I might get a lot of hate on this one, but I think it's a prolapse anus for sure. Right behind the cantaloupe, I would say right behind the pineapple. Actually, I think it feels like five knives are simultaneously digging in your butt. And I just think that's just not something I'm not really into. That's why I said this one's more of a personal. I would probably get lynched to certain people's point of view. I just don't think the star fruit really does it for me. Pomegranates, definitely a prolapsed anus, I would say as well. It's just too firm. Plus, with this little top end of every pomegranate that you see, it's just not a good experience at all. Some people might have tight buttholes, so they might be able to milk the pomegranates out, but for me, it's just not it. It's just not it. Figs, on the other hand, are solid. Solid. You know what? They're a belly slapping good time. Honestly, figs. I think in most experienced people when it comes to shoving fruits up their butt, figs you need like two of them. But for anyone out there who's intermediate beginner level, I think one fig should be good enough. Figs themselves are wonderful just to have. So I think shoving one up your butt, I mean, yeah, it's a belly slapping good time. Definitely below the mango though. Definitely on the lower end. Raspberries, same level as strawberries. If anything, they're worse. So I might just put them right underneath the grapes. Same problem as the blueberries, just that the raspberries have just the tiniest bit more structure, and you would still need to shove like five up there to have a good time. So, but here, lychee though, lychee is a top tier B tier. See, those who don't know what lychee is, it's genuinely one of the most generational fruits out there. Please go have some. You might have heard like lychee, jelly from like boba drinks, but when it comes to shoving up their ass, I think these are the top tier anal beads that could be used at any moment of time. These themselves can withstand the anal cavity at momentous occasion. You could be down on your luck, and the lychee will be there for your butt. When it comes to coconuts, I think once again, prolapsed anus. I think there's always a joke of shoving coconuts up your butt, but I mean genuinely, anyone who tries should go to a psych ward. Don't do this. Don't be the guy that shoves a coconut up his butt. Um, Pumpkins, top tier anal prolapse. There are some freaks who look at the smaller pumpkin and think it's possible, like the mini pumpkins that you can get at like Albertsons or like a Smith's or like a Walmart or anywhere, any local grocery store. And then I just have to look at those people and say, you were dropped as a baby, weren't you? But moving on, and of course we can't forget the humble tomato. This one's a controversial pick in general because people still believe that tomatoes are vegetables. Yeah, please reconsider. But tomatoes themselves are a S tier. Ooh shit. Just the overall idea of a tomato being up your butt just fascinates me. And the overall firmness, the structure, how it would feel. It's slick, it's smooth. It's everything you want from an ooh shit fruit. And yeah, tomatoes belong in ooh shit when it comes to being shoved up your butt. If anything, if you get two Roman tomatoes, generational. I'm talking LeBron 2018. Genuinely. But beyond that, here is a tier list of fruit when it comes to farm to bottom, straight up your butt. If any of you disagree, go fuck yourself.